Well, this morning I thought I'd do something very, very different. Instead of writing my daily reflections, I thought I'd send a video out. And my thoughts this morning were about that every day we have the opportunity to get up and have a new beginning, to have a fresh start to each day. You know, behind me is a beautiful scene of Worthing. I'm up on one of the high points called Highdown, and you know, just down there in the flat bit down the bottom there is a place I used to work for years. I spent 11 years of my life working in that place, and you know what? I think 5 years ago I decided to change my life and have a different type of life, one that reflects what God is doing in our lives. And I remember looking, you know, every day, the stress and the amount of hassle that I used to go through each day. And you know, my wife and myself were looking through some photos, and we look back now at those photos, and I look so old in them, and you can see the stress coming out of my life. But you know, God doesn't want that. God wants us to have every day as a brand new experience. And you know, as I reflect today, and I think about the verses in the Bible that talk about that every day is a new day, every day is a new beginning, and I just think about how that can transform our lives. If we put God first, how much different is that than if we just try to do things in our own steam? Yes, we have to work, and yes, we have to do the things that get us by, but are we going above and beyond what we need to do? Are we spending precious time with God, and are we reflecting back in prayer? And you know, one of the biggest things is, are we sharing life together? Are we being part of fellowship and coming alongside people, encouraging them, building up? Well, I want to say this. I want to say, look, I love the thought that life groups are so important. And you know, why don't you today try to connect with life groups? You know, we have life groups at Highway 358. You can join those. We have a mixture. Obviously we'll be starting to have them all back in person as well. But also there's an international place where you can get life groups, and that's on life.church. And you know, there you've got the opportunity to join a wide variety of groups, online and in person, and in whichever country you are. So you know, there's no need not to fellowship together. There's no need not to meet together. You know, in our world that we live in today, it's very, very different, but we still have the opportunity, even if it's via Zoom. You know, so one thing I like about my early mornings and getting up and writing my daily reflections is that I have the opportunity to first have community with God, in the sense of fellowship with myself and God, but also I have the opportunity to fellowship and be part of the body as I share and as we reflect back together. So why don't you today just take a small amount of your time when you get up or during the day, sit quietly and just reflect. What is God doing in my life, and how can I move on to the next journey in my life?